All right, thank you for tuning in to the Strawberry and Lizette Mexican Ginger podcast. It's election day, and I have my I voted sticker on somewhere. Yay. We should get the day off. Don't other countries get the day off on election day?
I don't think we get the day off, but I think you can take the day off.
Oh, should have taken the day off.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I saw somebody say on Instagram, I think it was like yesterday, or maybe it was TikTok, that just was like, you know what? Everyone should just take the day off.
yeah.
It's a long day. It's a stressful day. I can't remember if she said the day of, like, election day, take it off, or the day after. But she was like, if you are happy with the outcome, then you're going to want to celebrate. If you're not happy with the outcome, you're going to be depressed.
Yeah, I mean, that could be the same for Super Bowl also.
And so she was like, either way the election goes, I think we should all have the day off so that we can process everything and however it ends.
Yeah, I think
I was like, that makes sense.
Election day off. That way you can actually spend time on the propositions and stuff. Anyway, last episode was our Halloween episode. And I was talking about like the stuff that's going on in my room. There's a spirit or something like that. Totally forgetting the best part. So we have, in the bedroom, there's a ceiling light. There's a ceiling light with a fan on it,
right? And a mirror?
Yeah. So ceiling light and a fan.
Baby oil on the nightstand?
Diddy. We'll get to Diddy in a second. So it's not operated by a switch on the wall. It's a remote. So it's a remote. You turn the light on or you turn the fan on.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
What if you lose the remote?
You're kind of screwed. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can turn the closet on. But you can then dim. You can dim the light. You can speed up the fan. All that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. About, at this point, maybe 3 months ago, randomly, just the light goes on in the middle of the night. Like, that's weird.
The fan light?
No, yeah, the light. Like, that's our only light in the bedroom. But it's got a fan on it. Goes on in the middle of the night. I go, that's weird. So I turn to my fiance. I'm like, did you turn that on? She goes, no. Did you? I'm like, no. I'm like, that's weird. Whatever. Didn't think anything of it. This keeps happening where it'll be 6 a.m., the light goes on. It'll be 2 a.m., the light goes on. I'll turn it on, leave the room, come back, and it's off. These things keep happening, right?
There's no timer or nobody's rolling over on the remote
Nope. And so I didn't even think about this when we were talking about the stuff that goes on in the room and how my fiance sees shadows. And I was like, something grabs us every now and then. And I was pulling a door and something on the other side was pulling it. They wouldn't let me close it. So, what's today? Today is, so it must have been Sunday. So the light goes on 5, 6 in the morning, wakes me up because all of a sudden you get hit with this bright light. Light goes on, so I wake up, and as I reach for the remote, it turns off. So I go, oh, okay, cool, it's off. Turns right back on, so I hit it with the remote. Click, off. Light goes on for a third time, I hit the remote again, shut it down. I'm like, it's weird. And then I go, oh, I forgot to tell Lizette about this when we were talking about the room. I totally forgot to bring this up that we've been battling for 3-4 months. So then that was Sunday. So then Monday morning, I think this was around 6 or 7 a.m. also. Not only does the light go on, but the ceiling fan at high speed just. So I get woken up by the light and the ceiling fan on high. I'm like, I really got to bring this up on the podcast. That was like the main thing that we're dealing with in our room. And I'm like, oh yeah, there's shadows and things touch us every now and then. Totally forgot that the lights and the fan goes on by itself.
That'd be annoying.
It's annoying more than anything.
Yeah, I think I would be more annoyed. Like, this shit wakes me up.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is normal or if this happens to other people too, but when I get woken up out of my sleep to then have to go back to sleep because it's like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. or whatever the case, I'm more tired when I wake up.
Yeah. Interrupts your sleep cycle.
And yeah, so that would just piss me off.
And it's not just when we're sleeping, because it happened this morning while the fiance was getting ready for work. And it happened last night while we were getting ready for bed. What do you think? It's a ghost or something.
I mean, like, I know, obviously, but like, what does she say? Like,
it's just annoying.
Like, just ignore it, or
yeah. She says, no, thank you, ghost. She goes, no, thank you, ghost. I'm getting ready. Or no, thank you, ghost. I'm trying to sleep.
What's the purpose of that?
Just like, we know it's you. We don't want to play these little reindeer games.
But does that make it go away, or does it make?
No, obviously, because it keeps going.
Does it make them be like, oh, okay, then it turns off, or like, has they ever turned it off after she said that?
No, it's just like stop it. Like, we don't want to. You're not scaring us. You're annoying, and we don't want to play this game. So she just says,
"What if it's a kid?"
Get out of here, little kid.
What were you about to say?
Check to make sure that we're not on air. Yeah. So that's what I forgot to bring up. But again, it happened right after we talked about the house. And then it's happened every day since. Sunday, Monday, and then again this morning, Tuesday.
You should put like a camera.
I should, because nobody's going to believe me. I'm like, oh, yeah, the light goes on. They go, whatever. I should put up a camera.
You have been telling me the story of the dishes in the kitchen shaking.
Yeah.
Since the beginning of time, and I still have yet to see video that you claim there is one.
Let me text her right now.
And I still have yet to see this video that you speak of.
Hold on, let me text her. Do you have the video from the Santa Clara house when the dishes were shaking?
Shaking ass.
Question mark.
She opens up the cabinets, all dishes in there, just clapping cheeks.
Yo, do you know the story of the Donner Party?
Kind of like they were, weren't they like Oregon Trail people that got stuck in the mountains?
Yeah.
They like ran out of gas and had to eat each other.
Yes. So I don't know how we got on this obsession. We were leaving Jackson. We spent the weekend at Jackson Rancheria. It's about an hour away. And so we're driving through these hills. Somehow.
Y'all took the Donner Trail?
No, Donner Trail's down near Tahoe.
Oh my God, did I take the Donner Trail?
Yeah, it's called Donner Pass. You probably have. Yeah.
Did I?
You most likely did. Yeah.
Oh, well, it's very beautiful over there.
It is. So
Donner Pass.
I forget how this came up, Donner Party or Donner Pass. And I just go, what? Turn up. Like, I'm trying to explain to my fiance about it. And I'm like, just find a podcast. Let's just listen to a podcast. So the whole hour drive home, we're listening to this Donner podcast. We get home. We pull up YouTube and Netflix, and we start watching all these Donner Party, Donner Pass, like documentaries. The whole thing happened because some a-hole was trying to sell a book because people were coming west. They were taking the Oregon Trail, like you said, but there was two ways. Like, you get to a certain part, and it splits off. And there's the part that everybody always goes, tried and true method, and somebody's writing a book. He's like, hey, everybody trying to go west to get, gold and to settle and to, whatever, have a new land. Like, I know a shortcut. And everyone's like, oh yeah, you know a shortcut? He's like, yeah, I know a shortcut. You just, go left here at the rock and blah, 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 blah.
Go left at the rock.
Yeah. And so this dude had no idea. He's never been on that shortcut. He kind of just made it up because he was on the Oregon Trail and he goes, I bet if you go left there, you'll save about 3 weeks travel time. And so he published this book saying, hey guys, I have a shorter way. Go here and I'll meet you at certain places. So the people who got killed in the Donner Party, died in the Donner Party, they read his book and there was like 80 people, 100 people at the beginning.
Damn.
And then they're like, well, when they get to the split, they took a vote and they say, hey, who wants to go the Oregon Trail, the tried and true method, and who wants to go the method that the guy says in the book? And so half of them went up, half of them went down. And the guy, he left a note. He's like, hey, anybody trying to take my shortcut, meet me here at the fort. I'll guide you personally. And so they waited and they met the guy. They go, all right, man, we're here for your shortcut. Like, it's getting cold out here. We're running out of food. You promised you'd take us. And he goes, yeah, but I got to do other stuff. It's easy. He pointed, go that way and go that way and go that way. And I'm sure you're fine. And so they followed this guy.
So they just was wandering blindly.
Yes, they were wandering blindly. They got caught in all the snowstorms because they left late and they were supposed to get to a certain point at a certain time. And they were in the snow. It wasn't just like, oh, this trip and we're here for a month. They were in there for almost a full year. Like, they were trapped for nearly a year. And 3 different rescue parties went up to try to find them. And I think there were only maybe a half dozen people, maybe a dozen, who didn't die and who didn't have to resort to cannibalism. But it was all because some a-hole was selling a book.
Where were they coming from?
The East Coast. I think you started
in
Missouri.
They came all the way from the East Coast and made it that far and died. They were so close.
They were super close.
Anyways, no, I didn't take Donner Pass because I was going to. Donner Pass is on top of Lake Tahoe.
Yeah.
but I was going to South Lake Tahoe.
Oh, you're taking
so I took the bottom way.
Which I think that's the shortcut. Yeah, you were. So anyway, I didn't know that. I thought it was just like, oh, they got caught up in a snowstorm and like a couple weeks later they died. Like they were up there for months.
Donner Memorial State Park.
Yeah. We were on a snowboard trip once with the radio station years ago.
Donner Creek. They have so much named after them.
Yeah.
They didn't take Donner Lake. They didn't take that shortcut.
It would have been named after somebody else.
Yeah.
We were on a snowboard trip and our bus broke down at that same place, Donner Pass. And so we all hung out at the whatever, like State Museum or Donner Museum until another bus could come. So yeah, I was at Donner Pass.
Why do they have so much stuff? Museum? Is it because they were eating each other that made them famous?
Pretty much. Yep. And how they died. Yeah, it sucks.
And then some lived to tell the tale.
Some lived to tell a tale.
I wonder who the descendants are.
I don't know, but from the podcasts and documentaries that I dove into, I think they all kind of made a name for themselves. Like they opened restaurants, they opened hotels, like they actually did stuff. Oh my
God, would you go eat at a Donner restaurant? Like why would you open a restaurant?
Right. I would not.
Donner Cafe? No, thank you.
No.
Donner Buffet? No, thank you.
Oh, Donner is very close to Dahmer.
Donner Brazilian Steakhouse?
No.
Yeah.
No. Hold on, I had
Donner and Dahmer.
Oh yeah, Donner Pass, and then the room light and fan. You were gonna ask me about Diddy.
Oh,
Should I play the birthday call first?
It has nothing to do with that.
Okay.
Do you think that the reason JT stopped fucking with Young Miami is because Miami was fucking with Diddy and JT, and they probably like knew about
the freak off stuff?
I don't know. I wouldn't say they knew about the freak offs or about everything we're finding out now, but maybe knew to some extent that he just like was a weirdo or like not a good person.
Okay.
And so she's like, I don't want to, fuck with him if you're going to fuck with him, but I'm not about to be associated with that. And that's why the City Girls broke up.
So from the two City Girls, JT and Miami, which one went to jail?
JT.
JT went to jail.
JT was the one that was in jail when they got famous.
Yeah.
And so Miami was doing all the stuff.
So who was dating Diddy?
Miami.
Miami. Okay. So I think she found out that.
And then they both like went solo.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, around the time that like I feel like we didn't hear from them for a long time, and then she like started fucking with Diddy, and then JT just started coming out with her own music, and then they like both announced that they were just going solo and they were not going to be a thing anymore.
Or if Diddy is the abuser that people claim he is, a characteristic of that is separating people from their friends and family. So he may have been the wedge, like, telling Miami, like, don't listen to JT, she's jealous, or like, stirring things up to make Miami choose him over her. So it could have been that like JT's like, dude, you're dating a weirdo. And it could have been Diddy brainwashing his chick to be like, I'm the one that you're going to hang out with.
But you don't think Diddy would have tried to get them both?
He might have. He could have.
I don't know.
You want to, speaking of Diddy, since it's election day, you want to know a really cool conspiracy theory that my fiance has?
Yeah.
Okay. So where should I start? Okay. So you see everybody, all these celebrities, not rooting for Kamala, but like endorsing her. Mm-hmm. Beyonce, who never does anything like this, like Beyonce, Lady Gaga.
She did Barack, didn't she?
Oh, maybe. Okay. Who else?
Cardi B.
Rihanna. Yeah. So a whole bunch of these celebrities, like full on J-Lo. J-Lo's a big one. J-Lo. So my fiance.
Well, that's because Trump called them floating island of garbage.
Yeah. So my fiance's theory is that Kamala goes, hey, we have the tapes. She goes, I'm the federal government. I have the tapes. I saw what you did. Or I know that you know. Tell you what, you get all your fans to vote for me. You come out on this campaign trail. You rah, rah, rah for Kamala. And I'm not going to leak your tape. Or like, you'll be okay.
You don't think that...
There's a lot of celebrities going hard for her.
You don't think that Kamala possibly may have also been to those parties?
Oh. I don't think.
She was dating Montel Jordan back in the day.
She was.
She was like...
She was in the scene.
She was in the scene.
Huh.
I wouldn't be surprised if she has been to a few Diddy mansion parties
in that
back
case,
in the day.
She wouldn't need to say, I had the tapes. She just goes to somebody like J-Lo, for example, like, hey, you know that I know. So how about you campaign for me, and that part never sees the light of day. My fiance thinks that the tapes are being held over a lot of these celebrities.
I don't think so.
No, I think it's a good conspiracy theory.
It's a good conspiracy theory, but I don't think that Kamala could use that as leverage, because when all this Diddy shit starts happening, I feel like what's going to come out is going to come out.
Yeah.
Regardless if she intervenes. I don't know if she can intervene, because I feel like motherfuckers want to take Diddy out.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in jail right now. It was his birthday yesterday. So this video goes on, I don't want to say viral, it goes on the internet of how many kids does Diddy have? It's like 6 or 7 or 8.
Something like that.
So there were 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there was 5 or 6 of his kids at the table. There was a bundt cake with a candle on it, and they're calling Diddy. They're calling their dad on speakerphone. They sing him happy birthday. They exchange the I love yous, and then here's Diddy, obviously from jail, on the speakerphone.
Love you, Pastor.
I can't wait to see y'all.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see y'all.
Yes,
And I just want to say
sir.
I'm proud of y'all, especially the girls. I mean, all of y'all, but just for being strong. Thank y'all for being strong, and thank y'all for being by my side and supporting me. I love y'all. I got the best family in the world. My birthday, I'm happy. Thanks to y'all giving me this call. Thank you very much. I love y'all.
So if your dad is accused of that stuff, and you see the video that leaked of him and Cassie, you see all of that.
By the way, did you hear that video was in the middle of a freak off?
No. Where he's in a towel and she's trying to leave the... That, remember when I read, it was a podcast where I read the Cassie, like, deposition or the Cassie, whatever. She described that action. She described that day. So we knew about that video and what happened in it,
but
before the video came out. But I didn't know that was part of a freak off.
I don't remember where I saw this or where I heard it, but it was like in the middle. It was in the middle of a freak off with them, and there was, I think, like a male escort or something in the hotel room also.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was a male or a female, but there was a sex worker in the hotel room, and they both were trying to figure out how to leave.
Oh, Cassie and the worker? Oh. Ugh. But let's say that you're one of Diddy's sons or daughters. You see this. You see that video. You hear Cassie's complaint that she filed, and then your dad's in jail for all these horrific accusations. Like, I know he's your dad, but you still stand by him and be like, hey, Dad, happy birthday, I love you. Because when he says in that voicemail, he's like, or in that speakerphone, he's like, I'm so proud of you girls, my daughters. You're being so strong. Thanks for your support. It's like, those were somebody else's daughters.
I mean, who knows what he's telling them? You know what I mean?
What could he tell them? Like, hey, that was AI. That wasn't really me.
We haven't seen... I mean, even before that video came out,
Yeah.
he was saying that it was all lies and it was blah, 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 and whatever the fuck he was saying. Then that video comes out and he's like, oh, that was just a one-time thing and it's the biggest mistake in my life and I regret it and blah, 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 blah. Like, who knows what he's telling his kids?
Yeah.
And they're all fairly young. So I think at that age, you don't, like, I don't think they see what we see.
Okay.
You know? So I think, of course, they're going to stand by their dad. Because also, if they don't, who's going to take care of them?
You got a point.
But that's rough. Like,
That's
I'm trying to
very
imagine
rough.
if that was my dad, you would just be torn.
Yeah. Because we all have friends, and then they do some weirdo stuff. And you're like, "Dude, bro, I can't be friends with you anymore. Like we've been through a lot together, but you did some weirdo stuff. I can't hang.
But this is like one of your parents.
Yeah, but it's also the quote-unquote weirdo stuff that your dad did or is accused of doing. It is next level.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, man, Nah, I'm cool. I'd step away.
Yeah.
I'd step away.
That's tough.
And don't put me on the internet. Like, don't put me on the internet singing happy birthday to my dad. Like, if I'm kind of on the fence about, like now.
Well, the boys are not quiet about being in support of their dad.
Right. But the daughters were, the two high school, are they twins? Does he have twins?
He has twins.
So the two
I don't
twins
know how old
were
they
there.
are.
The twins were there. And then his new baby, I forgot he had a baby. She's standing on the table singing happy birthday to her dad.
She don't know what's going on.
She don't know nothing. But the two high school girls.
Daddy's at a retreat. But yeah.
I'm stepping away, dude.
That's crazy. That's insane. And it's like, I wonder how much do they know?
How much have they heard or seen?
Like, I wonder if they truly didn't know anything and he hid it very well from them.
Right.
Or maybe they knew and knew to keep their mouth shut.
Yeah, that could be too.
Like, you know, I'm like, what do they know?
Yeah.
I wonder.
Or did he Tony Soprano the situation where Tony at home, he was dad and it was always dad. It was never mafia business. If the mafia guys came over, they're like, hey, can we have a word in the basement or outside?
I feel like he did too much in his house.
Who? Diddy? Oh, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he
didn't keep it separate.
Separated it very well.
Yeah.
And I hope that they weren't involved. Like our kitty.
That's actually our kitty.
R. Kelly's daughter is accusing him.
Wait, R. Kelly's daughter's accusing R. Kelly? Mm-hmm. Did I know that? Is that old news? Or is that new news?
It's not super new, but it's not super old.
Okay.
It's fairly recent.
Maybe I knew that then.
But she's accusing him of doing things to her.
Gross.
So it's like, damn, like, ain't shit off limits with these men.
All right.
I don't know.
So Diddy's birthday, Kamala Harris is leaking the tapes, and
She's blackmailing them.
Donner Party.
Allegedly.
Donner Party, and then the ceiling fan ghost. That's all I got. Have you heard about it? Oh, boy.
What?
I got a text from the person that we just found out about. Asking me about, hey, have you heard anything? Like, where can I get in? Type of thing. Yeah.
That sucks.
It does. I'll tell it to you off air. Anything else you got? Are you covering up a hickey?
No, I feel itchy on my neck. And I know I was checking how red I was.
You know what's funny? I was looking at our podcast, and the one 2 ones ago, Lieutenant Dan is down bad. That one's doing really well. But for whatever reason, which I think I even mentioned it on the radio, how funny that podcast was. The episode of like fancy food, like menus and food, fancy menus and food photos. We were talking about like how, I don't care how fancy the restaurant is. I like photos of food, like when I go, right? For whatever reason, that podcast is crushing it. Like that episode, which was like a month or 2 months ago, crushing it.
Weird, why?
Even
I don't
above the
remember
new
why.
ones we've done. I don't know. But yeah.
I just had something I was about to say and you made me forget.
My bad.
Oh, I've been making all my favorite fall foods. Did you know that for the past 3 years for Halloween, I've had chili every Halloween on accident? This has not been a purpose thing.
No.
And I came to the conclusion that it's because it doesn't get cold here until Halloween.
Yeah.
And some people think this is weird, but some people get it. I don't like to make what I call fall food.
Comfort food.
All my hot food, my soups, my roast beef, and all those things. I don't like to make it unless it's cold outside.
Yeah.
And I'm always craving what I've just realized, chili. And it's like, oh, I can't wait for it to be cold. The first thing I'm gonna do is make chili.
You made chili.
And the first thing I do is make chili when it gets cold, which is always on Halloween.
That's your Halloween
For the
thing.
past 3 years, I've made chili on Halloween
That's funny.
on accident.
Did I tell you when I lived in Phoenix and how Halloween, it was still like 70, 80 degrees, and what people would do, they would set up those collapsible tables, those like, you know,
The foldy tables?
the foldy tables. They would set them up on their driveway, and everyone would kind of hang out and picnic or like a potluck on their driveway up by their garage door. And then when the kids would trick or treat, they would just walk up to the foldy tables where everyone's having their picnic. Like, oh, here, kid, here's some. They wouldn't be in the house. They would be on the driveway watching all the action happen on the street.
I thought of that this past Halloween because the little complex that I just moved into, the little complex of townhouses, we all have garages. And nobody was participating in Halloween.
Yeah.
And I thought, it would be really cool if the complex like office or like manager or whatever, maybe for some incentive held like a contest and was like, hey, like open up your garages, decorate the garages for like for trick or treating here, and like the most, I don't know, the most what's the word?
Spookiest, goriest, decorative.
The most like festive garage with decorations and stuff. Like essentially like a trunk or treat, but it's garages.
I like that.
I like it too. And I'm like, why? My old complex would have little like holiday parties and things like that. And I feel like this complex isn't doing anything to make the neighbors like be neighbors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I still don't even know who none of these people are that live here. It sure would be nice if the fucking complex would host a Halloween party or something so that we could all mingle and meet.
Yeah.
They're not doing shit, but I was like, they really should have done something like some type of trunk or treat, but out of our garages. I think that would be so fun.
I like that idea. Maybe you might have to organize that next year.
I'm not organizing shit.
Or maybe for Christmas, be like, all right, Christmas garage contest. Who can decorate
I'm not going to be
better?
here.
Okay. All right. Well, that's the podcast then.
But wouldn't that be fun though? If everyone
great.
had like a mini haunted house in their garage?
Yeah. That'd be sick.
That'd be so fun. Then we'd have a real Halloween with kids trick-or-treating and walking around the complex.
If you don't want to organize it, just let them know next time you go to the leasing office. Hey guys, you know what you should do next year? Encourage us to
like discounted rent. Look, they're saying that that's not really Melania Trump.
Oh, it's her stunt
It's
double,
her stunt
body double.
Yeah, I don't know where he's at right now or what he's talking about, but I just saw on Instagram they're saying that that's not really her.
Because she's wearing those huge glasses.
It looks like she's wearing a fake nose. I wish they would show her again. If you guys happen to see that clip, she's wearing like a black and white dress.
I'm skeptical on those big glasses. Like, you've been wearing those big glasses all day, inside and outside. Like, of course you look fake. Like, aren't you an ex-model? She's an ex-supermodel, right?
I don't know.
So what, like, you're not going to do your makeup, do your face? Like, why are you hiding behind the...
I saw this old lady on TikTok wearing a red hat. It looks like a Trump hat.
Uh-huh.
But on the front, it said, Chinga tu MAGA.
Oh, that's funny. I wish I could name this podcast that. That would be funny.
Chinga tu MAGA.
As we're watching this Wicked commercial, do you have any idea? Like, I don't know the story of Wicked. I know Wizard of Oz, but Wicked is completely different. It looks like...
I thought Wicked was Wizard of Oz.
No, it's completely different. It's like she goes to school. It's like the Wicked Witch growing up or going to Hogwarts school.
Oh. I heard Smile 2 is really good.
Bitch. Okay, that's what I've been meaning to update you. I saw Smile. It's not getting enough credit for being a great scary movie.
Did I tell you to watch it?
You mentioned it, and I'm like, yeah, I've seen that it's good, but holy crap, that's a great movie.
It's so fucking scary.
Why does it not get the recognition?
I don't know. I think people see like the trailer and think it's stupid.
No.
I didn't think it was going to be as fucking scary as it was. Me last year, this may have been when I told you to watch it. Last year in October, me and Jelani decided, of course it was my idea because he doesn't like scary movies, but I was like, let's watch a scary movie every night in October.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't really want to, but okay. So we watched like, I don't know, like Scream or Chucky, or like we watched a few of like the classics, the ones that like weren't actually scary for real. This only lasted less than a week. We watched Smile.
Yeah.
Just because it was there. And I was like, let's watch this one, see what this one's about. We didn't watch another scary movie after that.
That'll do it to you.
That movie actually scared the shit out of me.
Yep.
It scared the shit out of Jelani.
Yep.
He didn't want to play anymore. I was like, come on, it's time to watch a scary movie. He was like, no. I'm still getting over the one that we just watched. Like, he was traumatized, right?
Smile is so good.
Smile 2 comes out in theaters, and I'm like, I want to go watch it. And he's like, no.
Yeah.
I don't want to go. Two of my sisters have both said Smile 2 is so good.
They already saw it?
Yes. They said it's so good and it's better than the first one.
The first one is so good. So good.
I know.
So good. So we saw that. We did the same thing. We started watching like right after Halloween. We just started.
And the marketing they do?
Yeah. We just started binging on scary movies. So I saw that. And then I saw the Anna Kendrick one that you were talking about. The dating game one, Woman of the Hour.
Oh, yeah. That one's not like...
No, but since it was real life
Scary
serial
movie.
killer.
Yeah.
So we went from Woman of the Hour into like 3 different documentaries. Plus we watched the dating game episode that he was on. We found that on YouTube. We watched his episode.
I've been seeing clips on TikTok. Here's another one for your list. Immaculate.
Sounds familiar.
It's with Sydney Sweeney.
Is this scary or like
Yes.
a rom-com?
Scary.
Okay.
It's about... She's like a nun. You might remember the commercials for
Like a
it.
slutty nun?
No.
Oh.
She's like a nun and she goes to like a nun house. What are they called? Convents?
Convent?
Yes. Why do you say it like I'm stupid?
Well, didn't you go to Catholic school? And isn't your mom,
Mexican?
Mama Coco?
What?
I don't know.
She's not a nun.
She prays a lot for you, though.
She does actually. But yeah, that
Okay,
one is
Immaculate.
it's about like the Immaculate Conception.
Ah, gotcha.
So slutty, but immaculately.
Gotcha. Immaculately slutty. Maybe that's the name of this podcast. All right. Thank you for checking out the Strawberry and Lizette YouTube page where we post all these and clips from the TV, from the radio show. You can follow us on social media at Strawberry and Lizette.
I'm at Lizette Love, LIZETTELOVEE.
I am at Strawberry Radio. We'll talk to you next time.
Yeah.
Peace.